everybody, and eat it, Mr. Breen! Everyone got credited correctly for the first time ever!
Mic drop.
Bravo!
My name's Puppety from the Geeky Puppet Show, here on the Geeky Puppet Show, today for what? For the Avengers Annual #1, the Monstrous Governor Plan of the Mandarin. But before we get into that, let's meet our cast and crew. To my side, he's small, green, and credited. It's Froggy.
How much caffeine have you had? Calm down.
3.
I'm sorry.
I'm the crazy one.
It's nice to get it right for once.
Isn't it nice when everything comes together?
Yeah, a lawsuit.
Suing me next is Mr. Breen. Hi, Mr. Breen.
You did something that you should have done years ago, and you want credit for it? You want us to act like you did something? Because
he's going into politics, Eric.
Oh, wow. I'm not being credited? Oh my gosh. This must be how y'all feel every other day.
You did great.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, see what happens when we put a class action lawsuit against you? You comply.
Well, if you look below, you can see before that never-dying Christmas tree, it's myrrh on you.
How's it going, little puppetine?
I should have saved you for last. You're right. Look at the center. Who do you see? It's Crap Ickman.
Hello to Rhaegar in the crowd. Nice to see you.
Oh, yeah?
How's it going, little Rhaegar?
If you look right there, who do you see? It's the Iron Trusty Sidekick.
Welcome to the Casbah.
And lastly, not leastly, you can see Melissa and Amy.
Hi!
And now, with that large cast gone ahead, it's time for a king-size special, The Avengers, the biggest continuous action epic ever in the Marvel Age of Comics.
Not a single reprint. Not even a facsimile. Oh, wait, there's one.
Oh. The original Avengers joined today's Avengers against 6 of the most mind-staggering villains of all time in a frantic 49-page free-for-all.
There's even a plot to take over Brazil in this. Yeah.
It's featuring the Mandarin, the Swordsman, Power Man, the Enchantress, the Living Laser. He's a laser, but living.
Exactly.
And the Executioner. Bonus stuff that we're not going to see. Let's move on.
Oh.
And you'll never see me coming, Mr. President. The mighty Avengers, the monstrous governor plan of the Mandarin.
Yeah, before you read that other ones, because it's going to skip the credits. So let's do the credits first.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's lovingly lording it over?
I was going to say, Stan Lee, who's writing this?
Well, of course, it's the guy who gets credit for everything. It's rascally Roy Thomas.
And who's doing the awesome Eck? The art.
I know what the heck.
And the best inker, better than Leighton.
No, he's not.
The book was behind. We had to get it out, so we went with George Bell.
George Bell. George Bell.
Oh my God.
George Bell.
And who lettered it?
Why, that would be Artie. Spot the misspelling, Simek.
Alrighty.
That would be the editor's job.
Hey, Stan Lee. Who's the good guys?
Or should we do our own roll call?
In alphabetical order, what else? Captain America.
Here.
Goliath.
Here.
Hawkeye.
Here. Oh, here. There you go.
Hercules.
Present.
Iron Man. Here. Quicksilver.
Here.
Scarlet Witch.
Hey.
Thor!
I am here. Where's my mead?
And last but not least, the wonderful Wasp.
On the fence. Huh, huh.
The white Anglo-Saxon Protestant.
Hey.
So, Pen, who are the bad guys today?
The man Bobby Darin.
Yeah!
The Enchantress.
Here.
The Executioner.
Here.
The Living Laser.
Never brush your teeth, kids.
What?
Good guy.
Words to live by.
Power Man.
Wouldn't be right to let you live after we kill Frank. Oh shit! Wrong.
Wrong Power Man. Swordsman. Oh. No, sure we know that old Mandy's name is out of order, but do you think we're gonna argue with a guy like him?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
What say we begin our Titanic tale, where most superhero sagas end, in the confines of a large, modern upstate prison, and let the story tell itself from there.
Who's this?
Anybody? It's background character.
We're indeed honored to have you here, sir. How many prisoners have their new equipment delivered by the world-famous Tony Stark or Anthony Blake himself?
It's strictly my pleasure, Warden. After all, this institution is a model of its kind. The installation of my new stunulator here is good free publicity. I don't want to sound greedy, but even a munitions maker has to eat.
I need one as our badger.
Still, before we count our chickens, let's make sure that they'll hatch, eh? I've designed the machine to operate as simply as possible, at the mere touch of a button.
Click.
The following instant. Well, at least I won't have to say back to the old drawing board. Anyone entering that corridor would now be stunned into submission. Painlessly. Because it's broadcasting madmen in a box.
Begorra! Positively amazing! In time, this device may well revolutionize riot control methods. It's as harmless as tear gas and even more effective.
And within the year, these portable stun gunninators may be adapted to mass production. I'm sorry they look like something out of Flash Gordon, but
An apology is hardly necessary, Mr. Stark. You've done penal reform a great service.
You can do that again, Warden Smith.
oh, penal reform. I misheard you.
Penal reform. Yes. Quite a service. I think we got that. Say that again, Warden Smith.
We already said that. We're on him.
Oh, sorry. Thanks. Now, if you'll show me where you parked my car.
Maybe you can park my car.
Meanwhile, however, by one of the astonishing coincidences which are almost as common in truth as in fiction.
At last, I've got the final part I need to spring myself in this joint. Maybe I'm just not a jailbird as Arthur Parks, but not as the living laser.
You remember him from Avengers 34 through 35, don't you? Don't you?
Yeah. No, we didn't read those yet. They're too long.
There. Both wrist places are in place. Still, I wish I knew how I got pieces. Wish I knew how the pieces got here. It's like they were teleported to me. All I know is I heard a funny sound, and there they were. Well, I'll worry about that later. Don't question it. Just
Holy pixel fingers.
Yeah.
Whoever summoned me must have power enough to contact me if and when he wants to. Me, I got more important fish to fry, like blasting through these crummy bars. Psst. Then I'm gonna look up the Avengers and make him regret ever putting the living laser in stir.
So he's just gonna get a phone book.
So he's in a jail cell that looks like the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
He's in stir, and he's gonna fry. But one of the original Avengers is much, much nearer than Arthur Park suspects. And so, precisely 60 seconds later...
Everybody freaks out.
Uh-oh. Sounds like an escape attempt. It appears the Stimulator may get an early workout.
Sure, and you better come with me, Mr. Stark.
Right behind you, fella. Just give me a moment to lock my car. Then, as other matters demand the guard's undivided attention, I'm sorry to have to cause my would-be protector any worry, yet it's much more urgent that I press this hidden button near the accelerator and pop the hood so I can check my oil.
Yeah. Maintenance is important.
Ah, instantly I become totally invisible to anyone outside the car. Good. That little light-bending device I installed below the windows works like a charm. How convenient. So I don't have to worry about any peeping Toms while I get out my attaché case and become...
Dun, dun, dun.
Iron Man. I never can resist the temptation to scramble into this nutty armor. But I suppose the warden and his crew have the situation well in hand by now. Meanwhile, in the warden's office...
Oh, this is severely not in hand! You fool! You can't escape! This is a maximum security prison!
Zach!
Where?
This is for your crummy maximum security, Clyde. And the same thing's gonna happen to the Avengers as soon as I get out of this dump.
Moments later, as heavily armed Irish guards cautiously draw near.
Oh, Bagora! That's a beam of parts goes right through the middle like it was butter.
You bloody idiot. Get back. You wouldn't stand a snowball's chance against it.
Besides, he's holding a bunch of important hostess packages.
You know, you get a big delight out of every bite of.
It looks like it's a living lasers round.
But then suddenly... Crack! Okay, pal. Fun time is over.
Party pooper.
Iron Man, I should have known when Tony Stark's around. You're not far behind.
Yeah.
Look out, Iron Man! It's the living laser! Undies armed!
With 2 arms!
2 arms, both of them.
Don't worry, Warden. I've read all about his little wrist lasers. But my repulsor rays aren't exactly for kids either.
Tricks are for
Whammo! I guess they are for kids.
It'll take more than one sweep to take out the living laser. Here, let's see how you like it.
Oh, that's what I get for being overconfident. If I hadn't raised my arm, my chest plate would have been smashed, but good. As it is, it was damaged enough to put a strain on my heart. And if it ever gives out on me, it's goodbye, Charlie.
I think it was Tony.
As opposed to good luck, Charlie.
Great
What
show.
about good time, Charlie? It's got the blues.
I've got to attack fast before a second blast finishes me off. This black light better do the trick, or else.
Look away, Zach.
I'm blinded. Can't see.
Alicia.
Just one chance. I gotta hit the ceiling over that iron-plated do-gooder.
What do you know? Black light matters.
Oh no!
He did it. It's collapsing right on top of me. But a few tons of debris cannot for long halt the Golden Avenger. Now, Laser, it's your turn to... Damn it, he's gone. Where in the name of sanity...
Claws.
Hmm.
Oh.
Hey. Glad.
He disappeared. He just disappeared, Iron Man.
Disappeared? What are you talking about, man?
Evidently, he decided he'd had enough. So during the few seconds where you were out of action, he sliced this hole in the office wall. But then, before he could move, a shimmering beam of light suddenly just caught him. And he vanished.
Aliens.
I think he was as amazed by it as we were. Oh, no, that's you.
Oh, okay. I think he was as amazed by it as we were.
A shimmering light? That sounds like the tactics of the Mandarin. But he's dead.
Jim.
I prefer Mandaro. Or Mandaro.
Mandalero?
Mandalorian?
I prefer to move on.
Soon after a thorough search of the prison grounds. One thing's for sure, the laser's not here. Yet he didn't go over the wall. And wherever he is, he's vowed to destroy the Avengers. Wait a minute, that's it, he's hiding in the toilet. I'll tell the warden I spirited Tony Stark out of harm's way, and then I'll contact Cap and his cronies. After I repair my damaged chest plate, that is.
I was going to say, you got a little something on there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm oozing. Thus, as certain superheroes go about their private tasks. Iron Man calling the Avengers. Mayday. Repeat. Mayday. The living laser has escaped from state prison and sworn vengeance on you. Circumstances dictate that I confer with you at once.
Iron Man convening a meeting. But why?
Oh, sorry.
I'll just go. Old Shellhead should have just contacted us as I was on my way to visit Natasha in the hospital.
If this remark stumps you, you must have missed Avengers number 44.
We haven't seen Iron Man since our last executive session.
I guess this means I cancel my appointment with the hairdresser.
You guess?
I guess, yes.
What
Reschedule?
What I suspect is so monstrous, so frighteningly mind-staggering, that I dare not relate it even over our special frequency. I must speak to the Avengers in person. Yet before we proceed to that urgent history-making meeting of everybody's favorite assemblies, let's learn what even the invincible Iron Man cannot know, as we rejoin a somewhat confused living laser in an unfamiliar, sinister setting.
Okay, mister. I put on this nutty monkey suit you had waiting for me. Now, suppose you tell me who you are and why you got me here, wherever in blue blazes we are.
Quiet, Chief! Oh, sorry, force that. Silence, Arthur Parks! Lest your infernal babbling cause me to forget that I have use for one such as you. You need know only that you are in the presence of one who shall soon grind all of earth beneath his heel. Men call me the Mandarin.
We call you Mando.
That's why all the little oranges behind him.
Or Mandy for short. Oh, man.
I'll be Mandy.
The marmalade. But I heard you were killed in an atomic blast in Red China.
The reports of my death have been greatly exaggerated. Let the world believe that until I am ready for them to discover otherwise, to their infinite sorrow. The fools. Did they think that a mere atomic missile could destroy one who possesses multi-dimensional teleportation innators?
Multi what?
Exactly!
Confirmed. Mandarin is Jameson's brother.
JJJ? Okay.
MMM.
I claim no relation to him.
A Mighty Morphin Mandarin.
Allow me to demonstrate, dolt, and at the same time to introduce to you the others who will be your and allies. The Executioner, the Enchantress, White Power Man, the Swordsman. All of them teleported here several hours ago.
I don't know what you've got in mind, Mandy, but the living laser is strictly a lone wolf. Who needs to put that bunch of 10-time losers?
Losers? Why, you're brainless.
Stand aside, swordsman, that an immortal may punish his insolence.
Don't bother, chum. Mr. Richmond sent me here. If he opens his mouth again, he'll answer to White Power Man.
Cease your quarreling at once, or feel my wrath. The Mandarin Orange so commands.
And as a tense quiet falls over the evil assemblage.
Now, observe as I summon the last of those whom I desire to serve me. From the wine dark depths, I call forth the Submariner.
Oh, you expecting me? Oh.
Yes.
The next moment, as an enraged but regal form appears in the chamber.
Normal smash!
Normal.
Who dares transport the true to this place without his consent? What kind of fiend would be evil than that ask for consent? Speak, boy, or answer to Normal the First.
Hold you sea-bound, swine-kissing amphibian. Do not seek to tempt fate.
Look, you got an M on your chest for moron. 'Tis you who sorely tempt fate, bearded one. It was you who brought me hence. The place of Prince is on his throne. Reading a newspaper. I got important business to do there.
Mm-hmm.
And there I must return.
So you have told me that which I wished to know. One such as you is not worthy to serve the Mandarin. You have signed your own death warrant, fool. Now, lackeys, how I but activate a nearby switch.
I'll be back.
And the Submariner is hurled into oblivion.
Such fantastic power might even harm an immortal, such as I.
I don't want him turning those rings on me.
Ha. Gullible guests do not realize I have tricked them. The real Namor still reigns in Atlantis. I merely destroyed an image that they might be properly impressed. I'm a fake. Oops.
I did it again.
So he is kind of like the one in the movie.
Now that the sea bitch is disposed of.
Wow.
Whoa.
He'll never hear of this.
Listen, Marmaduke.
You may observe my supreme creation, a mammoth diamond, which will give us the power of life and death over all mankind.
Holy cow! One thing's for sure, Mandarin, you're no piker. I reconsider joining your little combo.
You speak as if you had a choice, Arthropox. Say no more.
No, do you know?
Namor, no more.
Normal.
No more normal.
No more.
But listen, while I tell you the use of which this synthetic gem will soon be put. For with your help, this diamond shall soon become the ultimate innator, one which shall make us the undisputed governors of a planet.
Oh, here's a thought. We could take this big diamond and just buy whatever the hell we want.
Mm-hmm. I second that idea. Buy two of them.
Yes.
Meanwhile, at New York's far-famed Avengers mansion,
New
For a diagram of this hallowed HQ, see our pinup section. But not till you finish the story, here?
That's right. Thor's got a pinup.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
He's wearing his ass guard.
Oh my.
Why, no, sir. The Avengers haven't arrived yet. Will you have a spot of tea while you're waiting, sir?
No, thank you, Jarvis. Keep Mrs. Potts to yourself there. I'll just meet in the waiting room. Wait in the meeting room. I've heard it both ways. It seems almost like old times, walking these quiet corridors, waiting to face some new, deadly danger. But I'm not a full-fledged Avenger anymore. Even Jarvis sensed that when he said, "The Avengers haven't arrived yet." I guess it's like the man says, you can't go home again. Suddenly, the gleaming gladiator's reverie is sharply interrupted.
Hold, sirrah! The Prince of Power commands.
Huh? What in holy Hannah?
So thou wouldst engage me in futile struggle, then have it thee, ironclad one. Ne'er more shalt thou invade the sanctuary of the Avengers.
Mister, I helped found the Avengers. Who in the name of Will Shakespeare are you? Oh, it's no use. He's hitting my helmet so hard he can't hear me.
Ka-ting.
In the street below, the clamorous sounds of battle are heard by two of New York's finest.
New York's finest?
Thank
New
you.
York. Finest.
Wait, Charlie. Just where do you think you're going?
Oh, didn't you hear the noise? There's a fight in the Avengers Mansion.
Aye, sure I heard it. I heard half of Manhattan must have heard it. But if you weren't a two-day rookie, you'd know that place is off limits. Like the UN and the Baxter building. Besides, somebody just flew in that window who can settle any fight.
Ah, get your blimey hands off me. I'm Charlie. Everybody knows me.
Yeah, Charlie comes back.
And at that very moment, inside.
Begone, thoughts. Iron Man, Hercules, let thy foolish, hardy boys' clash be at an end.
Thor, what are you doing here?
Oh, greetings, God of Thunder. Hast thou come to watch me thrash yon villain?
Thou, Hercules, is most stupid.
Oh, Hercules.
'Tis no base villain from whom thou hast contested. Son of Zeus, 'tis the one of the mightiest mortals of all, he who is called Iron Man. Whilst you, Golden One, should know that this is Hercules, or Heracles, the Avengers' guest during a period of exile, which I wish he'd go home.
Yes, Iron Man, how that noble name hath resounded even in fabled Olympus. Forgive me that I did take thee for an enemy.
Skip it, Hercules. I should have known you. I watched the newscasts too. You were out with that Kardashian woman, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
But again, Thor, why are you here? Did you intercept my message?
Nay, I am here on most urgent mission of my own. I am watching General Hospital, as thou shalt see when our fellows are assembled.
Mm-hmm.
Then get set, Avenger. Cause if Henry Pym can make it from suburbia, the others can't be far behind.
Giant Man.
The
I
name's
can't remember.
right now, big boy, but you can still call me the Wasp. Thor and Hercules, what dreamy males. But I'll bet old Shellhead's no Tony Stark under that helmet.
It has been many a day since we last met. Why did you come back? It would have been better off.
The most recent time was in Spidey Special number 3, of all places.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Pacific Stan.
Sorry we're tardy, crew. That big city traffic. Sheesh.
Never mind that, Hawkeye. What's the emergency?
I came to warn thee that I am watching General Hospital and that the executioner Enchantress have returned to Earth. Blasted villains.
And I flew in from state prison, where the living laser just vanished.
Uh-oh. He told me never to brush my teeth. Looks like some of our old foes might be massing for a vengeance match. Or a cavity search.
Ooh.
Just really not good for the kids.
No.
We'd better hold a powwow and fast. No, Jan, not like that.
So be it, Zach.
Let us call Red Wolf and fast.
Thus it is that within 60 seconds, an historic and fateful meeting is convened.
Is this Scarlet Witch or Hawkeye?
That's
Scarlet Witch.
Start with
Okay.
Hawkeye.
Since Steve Rogers was a member of both the original Avengers and of today's group, it was unanimously agreed that he would be the chairman.
I hereby call this special session to order.
Even she's going on.
And I'll start out by mentioning that I've lost track of White Power Man and the Swordsman since I last defeated them.
Of course, these couldn't all be coincidences, but we don't dare take a chance.
Good old Winghead. He even swings a gavel like a real pro.
Then I suggest we form a plan of action and begin a systematic search.
Page number.
Perhaps we
Guess you
should
don't
use
want to get
satellites
started.
instead.
Yeah.
But before Iron Man's comment can even be considered,
Call it Avengers. This is a top priority call from SHIELD headquarters. Colonel Fury, Nick Fury, talking at you.
Oh, I thought it was Reed Richards.
So did I. A summons from the director of Sheesh himself. It must be important.
Then gather around, all of you, while I activate the video transceiver.
I still can't get used to Pietro's increased speed, which now gives him virtually the power of flight.
Now try to control yourself long enough to give a listen to Nick Fury, lady. Anybody who's getting Natasha's special medal is an okay Joe in my book.
seconds later, the image of a famed ex-commando, who is actually Commando, appears on a full-color screen.
By my beard, whatever fools these mortals be, I am ever astounded by their means of transmitting messages.
What in blazes? Are you at weirdos having some kind of nutty superhero convention? Oh well, so much the better. I'm calling because some asshole interrupted General Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
It was Thor.
And put the news on instead. And we got a first-class crisis on our hands. And I need your help.
But what have we to do with S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Don't worry, Nick. I watched today's episode on the transceiver. Dr. Steve Hardy's cheating on his wife with Nurse Jessie Brewer.
I knew it, that son of a bitch.
We've got to hear him out, Wanda. Now that he's had today's episode spoiled, he'll be mighty cranky. And I've known Fury since the big one. And he
Which
isn't a
episode was
man to... What's that?
Which episode was that?
That was the
big
one
one.
where Dr. Steve Hardy cheated on his wife with... Oh, I don't remember any of the other nurses. And he isn't a man to be ask a favor lightly.
Thanks for that, Avenger. I'm talking about a worldwide crisis, one that's out of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s bag. There's a giant asteroid heading here the size of Texas. Oh, that's Armageddon. Oh, the continents of Asia, Africa, and South America have been mysteriously attacked.
And pushed closer together.
Yes.
Pangea too.
Don't mind if my shirts change colors. What's more, the invaders are led by 5 of your old enemies.
We can guess the ones, but can sheesh do nothing?
A sheesh and American combo comes with fries and a shake. Not a blamed international police force.
Like the CIA.
Besides, when you got a super menace, you need superheroes to beat it. Savvy?
Just speed it.
A spider menace.
Yes!
Oh, is it still him again?
It's still Fury, yeah.
The headband threw me off.
I know it kind of threw me off too.
I thought it was Hercules.
I thought it was too.
I know, right?
But there's no beard, so.
But he's not actually in the room.
So I gotta ask you, but I only got time to ask you once. Will you do it? I'll give you 2 minutes to kick it around.
I blame George Bell for the split.
There's no need, Colonel. I knew it was you due to the quality inking. And don't spend those 2 minutes brushing your teeth. I know I speak for us all in accepting.
Yeah. I'll just bet you do. Now here's the deets.
Approximately 120 seconds and one rapid sheesh briefing later, Cap's handing out team assignments and mapping strategy like he was born to it. Sometimes I think he's the mightiest and sexiest Avenger of us all.
Why, thank you, Tony. While Hawkeye will accompany Thor to bless the rains down in Africa.
Thou hast spoiled the show for me. Grumpy now. Thank you, Captain Asshole.
Maybe so, but why don't I ever get paired off with you, Goldilocks?
Because I have a restraining order against you.
You can have him, Waspy. I'm not even sure I believe in thunder gods.
I don't believe in guys who fire arrows.
Have a care, Hawkeye, lest the son of Odin make the believer. He's a believer. You couldn't leave her if you tried.
We'd best depart before we start our own war.
Our own civil war.
Just one final thing. Quiet, Wanda.
Wait for that.
No matter what happens or how great the odds, we can never surrender.
Aye, if victory be ours, we shall gather here, anon, to raise our voices in triumph.
And have shawarma.
And flan. If not, then let it ever be said that we fought the good fight as Avengers. And may we ever never spoil General Hospital again, or I'll launch you into space. Yeet.
Yeet.
They speak like men who may never see each other again, and of such as they feel uncertain.
I can't quit you, Cap.
But the dread thoughts of the Scarlet Witch remained unspoken, as scant seconds afterward, 3 vehicles and one regal figure hurtle into the evening sky.
Thor,
Inside,
use the door, Thor. My bad.
Inside the aero cars, few words are exchanged, as all energies are saved for the decisive battle ahead. As inside the mansion,
I long to streak into action alongside the other Steve. Why can't we too?
No, Pietro. Someone must remain behind to record tomorrow's episode. Also, if we can, we must locate the governor mind behind this plot and look great with our inking and learn his purpose. On us, after all is said and done, may hinge the destiny of Dude Love.
All right.
And Jude Law.
Getting these.
Meanwhile, in his sanctum sanctorum, wait a minute, I thought that was copyrighted. Safe from the eyes of all humanity, the voice of the Mandarin rings out.
The mighty Avengers rush to defend the corners of the world, but to no avail. For if only one part of my plan succeeds, the fate of the earth is sealed. Oh boy, we're on page 11.
Mm-hmm.
If only someone could give him a better tailor.
Yeah, true. I agree with that.
Elizabeth.
Part 2, To Perish by the Sword. From the files of the Mandarin. Or do you want to read this, Mandarin?
I want to see if I can zoom in. Okay.
Necessary zooming.
You want to read this, Mandarin?
Oh, from the files of the Mandarin, to Swordsman and Power Man, one of the most progressive of South American nations is also one traditionally rich in diamonds. To secure this area for me, you are to observe the following plan.
All is readiness, swordsman, as Howie Mandel has commanded.
Howie Mandel.
Excellent. But never forget, from this moment on, you take your orders from me, without hesitation, without question. In terms of numbers, our cause may appear hopeless. Still, before this day ends, the world shall gasp at our victory.
I thought that was Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh!
White Power Man.
Sit down, Blade Slinger. Oh, no, I'm not French. Sit down, Blade Slinger. There aren't any TV cameras on you yet. They're all filming General Hospital.
But there soon will be, my muscle-bound ami, when we take control of the most modern capital in the hemisphere. And that too is but a stepping stone to the hour when we rule the entire planet, second only to Le Mandarin.
Just stepping stone.
Within moments, the duo's rocket car leads a strangely ominous procession along a newly hewn jungle trail.
I don't get it. Why do we need those creeps?
They are mercenary soldats, you costumed cretin. And, zut alors, Le Mandarin himself is contacting us.
Obi-Wan, you're my only hope.
You have begun well. Soon it will be time for phase 2 of the MCU to commence. Nothing can stop my governor plan. Do you hear? Nothing. Wait, is that She-Hulk?
Later, on the crest of a foliage-covered hill. There it is, the metropolis carved out of a wilderness, an inspiration to the many emerging nations.
Big deal. To this costumed cretin, it's just another crummy city.
Just another
crummy city! Sacre bleu, White Power Man, you are indeed a fool. If and when we destroy this city,
It's rock and roll.
The one we built on rock and roll. Its obliteration will help us by demoralizing the world. Hear me, my compadres. My orders are to open fire.
Oh dear.
And the following second, attack they do. But almost at once, great rumbling tanks rush forward to defend their besieged capital.
Surely, Manuel, those who oppose us are madmen in a box.
Ah, see me, Capitan. Ours is one of the most heavily guarded cities on Earth. The invaders possess not even tanks. We will smash them easily. Andale, andale.
Indeed, for several minutes, the tank gunner's words seem prophetic.
An entire army races towards us. We are doomed, man.
That's so craven, coward. Keep fighting and trusty sidekick in the Mandalorian. Blah blah. Pew pew.
Pew, pew.
Then, from amidst the frightened men and bursting shells, a futuristic craft lifts off.
Ah!
What are you doing, swordsman? We'll be sitting ducks.
Don't worry, we travel far too quickly to be struck by the defender's puny weapons.
Is that the Hulk?
Why? Seconds later, the somber silence of the presidential palace is shattered as...
Hey, caramba! Some kind of vehicle crashing through the window!
I was hoping for Senior Foster Brooks.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It can only be part of the invasion force, which now takes the city.
The city.
The city?
The city!
Hey.
But it is the most important part, mon ami, as you shall soon discover.
You tell him, Swordy.
Oh no.
How dare you!
Here, keep behind me, Senor Presidente. If they make a move towards you, they are dead men.
Don't! Do you think it is necessary for Le Swordsman to come near you in order to disarm you? I have merely to press this control stud and voila!
You dirty Frenchman. Just use a sword like normal. Why have a laser sword?
Forgive me, I give up.
Should be living lasers?
Okay, swordsman. You've spent enough time playing Buck Rogers with those gadgets. Get to the Wilma report.
Mm-hmm.
And the Manchester put in your sword.
And put your sword in it.
It happened way back in Avengers number 20, in case you didn't notice.
Now it's time for me to deliver Mandy's ultimatum.
He came and he gave without taking, but I sent him away.
Mm-hmm.
Be my guest, Power Man.
Yes, will you kiss me and stop me from shaking?
Good of girls.
All right. Senator Presidente. Remember, I am a costume cretin.
Mm-hmm.
Take a look out what's left of your rear window.
Oh dear.
Just rubbing it in.
Is that Raymond Burr? Then, as the puzzled statesman complies, he is stunned to see.
It cannot be! A gigantic gleaming sword! Oh, really? Suspended over the entire city!
Entire city!
I just want to point out, I love it when people first read this for the first time, because now you're experiencing what I exacted.
Giant ass sword over the city.
I'm guessing the city's name is Damocles with that giant sword over it.
Hey, yo, you just best your eye check up, Charlie.
I think
That's Power Man.
Oh, is it?
Power.
Oh, I just read it as powers, man. Good.
Man, let me get the footprints off me from where you stepped on my line.
Mhm.
Well, I didn't know it was yours, sunshine.
Wouldn't be right to let you live after I killed Venkman. He was wasn't. No, he wasn't actually.
He was our ant friend.
You just passed your eye checkup, Charlie. Now it's up to you whether the sword stays up there or comes crashing down.
Honestly, just let it crash down. I don't care anymore.
The swordsman here has merely to press a button, and that giant blade falls. What's more, as soon as it touches anything, it'll explode.
That's how swords work, right?
So either you order your men to surrender, or else.
You are surely bluffing. I
should go back to California and fight El Zorro.
Are we? Do you think that anybody who can build a sword like that needs to bluff? Besides, picture your fancy city in flames. And you'll know you can't take the risk.
You are right, you devils. I shall draw up the I guess so. I shall draw up the surrender statement at once.
Oh, wait. No, don't do that. Swordsman will sign it out of habit.
Ça c'est bon. You are very wise, my ami.
Of course you feel that way, you dirty Frenchman. This lovely new city.
New city.
Lovely
new city.
Its thousands of people must not perish.
It's a pretty small city.
Just then, to the president's other arrangement.
Oh, there's a tiny woman.
Yeah. Don't worry, senor. No harm will befall your capital. So I'll just take this pen if you don't mind before you can sign.
It's the Wasp. One of the blasted Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if she thinks she can stop us by swiping a pen, she's flipped her wig.
Use your head, White Power Man.
I never do.
She wouldn't be here alone. In a moment, Goliath will come through that door to his doom.
Mm-hmm.
But suddenly, the muscular White Power Man whirls and...
Zack. Now, who wasn't using his head, blade swinger?
Blade swinger! Oh, sorry.
Someone hurled our own ship at us from near the window. He didn't come in through the door after all. How gosh.
Oh, how goes it with you?
Unfortunately, Swordsman, your power-packed pal guessed right. I came in through the window astride a pair of winged ants.
Thanks, Melissa Etheridge.
So we have to fight you and the Power Pack. A pity you did not ride them into the sunset, fool. For now.
Now nothing, Swordy. Goliath's mine.
Don't fight over me, boys. I'm big enough for the both of you.
Oh no, this comic jumped in time 40 years.
I'm not just a blade swinger.
Oh, no.
Besides, I wouldn't want to come. I wouldn't want to come between a couple of true blue lovers like you.
Oh, dear.
Zorro, what kind of blade is that?
It's Buddy Wigglesworth now. The next second, with blinding speed, White Power Man strikes.
When I said you are mine, tall, dark, and handsome stuff, I meant it.
He's stronger. and faster and handsomer than I remembered. He ducked my blow and unleashed one of his own.
Conquering this crummy city can wait.
Crummy City!
Oh,
Can't wait.
Can't
That's
wait.
what I was
Is that
waiting for. Till I've shown which one of us is the more powerful.
Mhm.
that's fine by me, son. But you're not threatening unarmed statesmen now. You're battling with Goliath, and don't you ever forget it.
What's with the holes on your belt, bro?
I don't know.
I thought they were little grenades.
Or,
Or honeycombs.
They're
his
they
speed
hold
balls.
ants. There's just more ants everywhere I turn.
Just
I'm
ants.
surrounded by ants.
There's Aunt May, and
Anymore. Oh, yeah.
yet Hate Pym has reckoned without White Power Man's lightning reflexes.
His white lightning reflexes?
He grabbed my wrist before I could get out of his way.
Ha! Here's where I used your own tremendous weight against you, big man. And once you're down, I'm gonna see to it you don't get up.
You're gonna get knocked down, but not get up on.
I'll just keep hammering away at you. 'Cause I'm a wrecking machine. Until you've been battered into unconsciousness. And you won't get to see tomorrow's episode. That oversized jaw of yours makes the best target I've had yet.
Look.
Then, when we've taken over the city,
City!
you'll be our first public execution.
Public's execution.
Where executing is a pleasure.
That can't be right.
It's not.
That's right. Nothing's a pleasure at Publix.
No, that's not right either.
That's not right either. It's one extreme or another with you guys.
Where sometimes public executions are a pleasure.
That's right.
However, nearby, things are not necessarily going according to schedule. Ah, merde. Le Wasp. She's blasting at me with her infernal stings.
Oh, there she is in the bottom right corner. There's a-
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I thought that was a smudge mark.
Then, as the sinister swashbuckler slumps forward,
Ah, good. He's passing out. My stings did it. That gizmo he's dropping, it must be the triggering device.
He's playing possum. Watch out!
I got it. If this gadget had hit the floor, it might have caused that giant sword to fall on the city.
The city!
I'll just hide it in a safe place and then go help Hank.
You'll do nothing of the kind, you accursed female.
Uh-oh. He was only stunned before. He's after me with his blade. The handle shooting out flames. I elude the fire, but now it's emitting some sort of gas. Fuse, making me dizzy. My head is spinning. I can't hold the hand control. It's falling. Free falling.
But even as the triggering mechanism plummets towards the ground, let's return to White Power Man and Goliath.
Huh? That overrated clown vanished. Before I could do my homework and realize he could do that. And before I could land my Sunday punch.
On a Sunday.
There you go.
And if I have my way, he never will. There are times when being a giant isn't everything. Let's see how I fare as Ant-Man. I really have an identity complex, don't I?
Really do.
It's really bad.
How do you fight what you can't see? I don't get it.
Maybe not now, but you soon will. Or am I being too subtle for you?
Wait, now that we're in hour 2, I do get it.
Should have deeper voice because you're a giant now.
I can keep it the same if I want.
And as the perplexed white power man turns.
Mister, you waded right into that one. Now while you're in Slumberland, I'd better get after your blade-slinging partner.
Nemo.
Blade.
Okay, swordsman. Do you surrender quietly, or do I carry you back to the States?
Your words are brave, coming from one who is in mortal danger. For even as you spoke, I recovered the device that controls our giant scimitar. Ha ha!
But if it blows up, don't you die too?
Shut up. See? Bet you thought we'd forgotten all about it.
Still smoke stand.
It was 3 pages ago. I hope he didn't.
And now, Avenger, listen. Listen to the sound which heralds death for the city.
The city.
City.
Hear the fateful sound which shall haunt you forever if you survive.
No, not the clicking sound. Click, click.
Clickety, clickety.
You release the sword, but you'll die too.
Not so, for there is still time for us to flee in our air rocket. But the city
The city.
and its populace are doomed. You have failed, Goliath. Failed.
Wait. Didn't he say he threw their ship at them when they first arrived?
Yeah, they did.
It's busted.
And so it seems, as the glistening deadly blade hurtles downward.
Ay caramba, Homer. It's right above us. It's falling. Don't. There is nowhere to hide. Nowhere to escape.
Scooby!
Help me! Help me!
Quiet, Marge. Oh, donuts.
But then, scant seconds before impact.
Yep.
Hey, look. Something stopped that blade just in time.
A giant donut.
And that something is Iron Man. Good thing I stayed out of sight as an ace in the hole.
Well, because he's doing a jazz hands there, a little dance.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yet that thing's weight, plus its velocity, has strained my transistors to the utmost. My repulsor rays haven't stopped it, just slowed it down. Inch by agonizing inch, the mammoth sword dips lower, ever lower. Got to give my all in one final desperate thrust, or else it's curtains. Then, instinctively realizing that he, and he alone, stands between the thriving capital and its complete, utter destruction, the great Golden Avengers seems to find renewed strength and...
Doesn't he just run on energy, though? He can be like, oh, yeah, I'll keep doing it, and then you're like, oh, crap.
I did it! The blade is stopped, with mere inches to spare. But that's only half the battle. Now I must reverse it, hurl it away before my power is gone, and before the roof beneath me collapses from the strain.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7.
Where the bleep is 4K?
There's 7 coming.
I stopped counting at 4.
I'm still 4.
I can count to 4.
Meanwhile, in the nearby presidential palace.
Go, Iron Man! Go! You've got to do it! You've got to!
Goliath was a fool to take his eyes off me. Whatever happens, he shall die.
Ooh.
But even as the treacherous swordsman moves stealthily towards his prey, the sword's moving upward, away from the city. It's gaining speed. Nothing can stop it now.
Oh, it's just gonna hit that random village over there. It'll be fine.
Or just plow into that rainforest and destroy all the rare animals.
Thank heaven! It exploded. But not until it came down in a thick patch of rainforest.
Oh,
no. All those poor monkeys and whatever.
and it won't start a fire or anything, right?
Only you can start jungle fires.
Moments later, a weary, armor-clad figure descends amidst the clamorous cheers of the masses. But he is far too exhausted to notice or care about the little people.
Or brushing his teeth.
As one shattering swoop of my lethal sword, and revenge will be mine.
I just remembered. Where's my wife? I haven't seen her since. Jan, where are you? You're not cheating on me again. Do you hear me?
Hi. Did I leave the oven on?
Oh, they're not married yet.
Oh, right. My bad.
Sure thing, big man. Luckily for you.
The giant's accursed partner. I thought I had taken care of her with my blades and nerve gas.
I think that's Goliath.
Oh, you did, huh? You shouldn't have said that while Goliath was around, sonny boy. Jan may be nutty, but I'm kind of fond of her.
No.
For some reason.
But she likes Thor better.
I know.
Then, as the unconscious swashbuckler joins White Power Man on the floor.
Well, honey, that finishes those two. By the way, thanks for the assist.
My pleasure, Hot Pockets. Still, I'll have some words for you later about just how nutty I am. Look, here comes Iron Man. He's all right.
Soon, as the last of the outnumbered mercenaries are rounded up.
Those are, there are so few, yet they almost controlled a nation.
You have my undying gratitude, my young friends. That my country and my city were saved. Yet, tell me, who is the man they serve? The one called Mandingo.
The Mandingo? We'd assumed we were up against a loose-knit combo of supervillains. But if that oriental madman's in charge...
Well, this is not censored. You can't use Oriental anymore.
Is it the Mandarin's show, Crumbs? Give!
We're given nothing. Swordsman, why didn't you tell me our boss was Oriental? I'm White Power Man, for God's sake.
I was just impressed with his math skills. I don't know. When society, when all of so-called civilization lies in crumbling, flaming ruins.
Wait. What about that communicator of theirs? The ones which controlled the giant sword.
I've got it here for what it's worth.
Perhaps somehow we can use it to locate the Mandarin's headquarters.
It's just a Samsung remote, Jan.
It figures.
But after a quick examination by Iron Man's probing eyes...
Oh, God.
No go. It's completely deactivated. Useless. I wish I could smash the sinister Mandingo as easily as I crush his infernal toy.
Ooh,
We are now calling the transistor the Johnny Storm.
At that same instant, some distance away, the ring-wearing governor of Menace is likewise furious.
Blast White Power Man and Swordsman for the eternal bunglers that they are. If only I were free to direct my actions personally. But no matter. For in Asia and Africa, I have far greater powers at my disposal. And if any Avengers dare oppose me there, they shall surely die. No, they won't.
Oh, as for Malaysia, that's what it is for. Malaysian man.
Could mean
Of
might
the
work this time.
files of the Mandarin, many of the largest diamonds on the planet are to be found on the Asian subcontinent. Therefore, this area must be secured by the Executioner and the Enchantress.
Part 3. Struggle in a Strange Land.
Can we get some foreign accents? Oh, thank you. The distant mountains tremble as the gods of them themselves to battle.
I am Sven. He is Ollie. What I think that transpires?
As a matter of record, let it be known that our turbaned friend above spoke more truly than he suspects. For miles away, beings not of this world are met in deadly combat.
Dun-dun-dun. Ah, fly, minions of Elis! Flee before the flaming fists of Hercules!
Hey.
Hey.
Melissa or somebody else.
Not by.
Not by force of arms, nor by teeming hordes, may the Olympian be overcome. Ah!
Oh, hordes.
Now the hordes.
Huh?
Ah, thou treacherous trolls! Though thy numbers were as many as jewels in the crown of Zeus, still victory would be mine.
And the exiled son of Zeus does not fight alone.
Graphic. You awake?
Yeah.
have a line.
It's been a while.
Capture the female who walks with Hercules. Then we shall.
The very earth parts beneath us, engulfing us once more. All we wanted was a hot pocket.
Did you truly hope to make a hostage of the Scarlet Witch? Never. Not so long as I possess my hex power.
Oh, jeez.
But still the army of diminutive yet fearsome warriors press forward, spurred on by a strident, booming voice.
Oh, you brainless louts. The Olympian and the girl must be humbled. Clear the pathway to the treasures of the east, or face the awesome wrath of the Executioner.
The Asgardian sends us to our doom.
Aye, but Hercules is as immortal as he himself. Waka waka.
Thus,
Flee the spineless one. I was a fool to rely upon such as you. The Executioner needs not to vanquish any opponent, not save his good right arm.
I'm gonna say they should have kept this look with the helmet on.
Mm-hmm.
then, as the last of the trolls disappears from the sphere of mortals, sent back to a gloomy netherworld.
Now, Hercules, whose name has ever been a synonym for power, we shall see which of us is the mightier.
Surely you do not trust him, Hercules.
As the noble lion doth trust the viper, fair Wanda, yet his challenge must be answered. Have at thee, Asgardian, thine axe against mine own invincible mace.
Or Bell.
I thought you said ass versus mace.
Yeah, I said axe.
I know.
But one there is who from afar views the coming encounter with special displeasure.
Fool! Have you forgotten so soon your orders? You want to conquer a world, not satisfy your lust for Greek men.
Oh no.
Recall your trolls at once. The man Darren commands it.
Thanks, Darren.
The Mandarin? Then Iron Man's most dread foe is the root of this evil.
I know him not, but behold.
Away with this pesky toy. The executioner obeys no mortal.
Your thoughts are like unto my own.
So, the matter is settled.
Then the executioner whirls his deadly double axe, which creates a blinding, all-consuming vortex.
It is not fitting that so monumental a struggle be fought on Midgard.
Midgard, Asgardian name for Earth.
Scholarly, Stan.
Mid.
Thus, I shall transport us all to a world between the worlds.
Verily, he does shred the very fabric of time and space.
Is that a blue box?
Mm-hmm.
And when the vortex ceases,
Hercules, what manner of place is this?
Ah, 'tis of little consequence. Where we shall be, there shall the executioner meet with overwhelming defeat and defiance.
And now, in the midst of the citadel of silence, let the battle begin quietly.
You against the Prince of Power, and I against the mortal female.
Ah, beware, Wanda. The Enchantress can weave spells without limit, and we fight in a clime unknown.
Have no fear. I will acquit myself with honor, as befits an Avenger.
thus the evenly matched contest between good and evil commences, in the strangely wondrous setting of a city hovering on the abyss between the what has been and the never shall be. Dare we say it, a city on the edge of forever.
Possibly.
For this is the sinister, legendary Citadel of Silence, whose gleaming streets have been ever deserted, as if waiting since time out of mind for this fight of fights.
Oh, so it's like the mall.
Mm-hmm. It's such a strange set.
And now, without further ado...
You shall not elude me as did the craven Thor.
Ah, basest of villains, most blatant of liars. Truly thou art unworthy to mention the name of the valiant thunder god.
Whack.
So whack.
Meanwhile...
I can sense that Hercules feels a spark of warmth for the Scarlet Witch. But though he knows it not, the heart of the Enchantress is ever his. Therefore, the motor girl must die by my hand.
She had a thing for him? Wow.
Yes, Enchantress had a thing for Hercules.
And Thor.
Yeah. And you thought Jan was bad.
You delayed too long. You wrestled with your own thoughts, Enchantress. Could it be because you do not realize how my hex power has increased since we last fought?
By eternal Asgard!
Crumble cakes!
Crumble cakes.
The very structures about me collapse. Yet it will take more than falling debris to dispose of an immortal. One sip of my hand, I hurl the fragments toward her whom I despise.
Meow.
It is not possible. The stones fly all about her, yet none strike home.
What's the chance of that happening, huh?
Yeah.
Zap.
Except that.
The sorceress does not understand mortal science, or my uncanny control of the laws of probability.
To tell the truth, we sometimes get a bit confused about them ourselves.
What I'll say.
Straightforward, Stan.
Now I want different drawings with a bunch of different versions of Stan.
So let me get this straight. If there's 3 doors and you pick one, and then you get a chance to change your mind, when one of them is removed,
You
have
have
probability powers.
You have probability powers.
She just has that times a lot.
As a short distance away.
Fall. Fall before my matchless battle axe.
Nay, varlet Parking, not till the heavens themselves do topple from their appointed place.
Then topple they shall, for mist.
Thy tongue be ever swifter than thine arm, boastful one.
Loki?
Mm-hmm. Ah, now let us see how thy vaunted axe fares against the metal of my mace.
The handle, it is cloven in twain.
Twain.
Oh, hi, Mark.
I, as guardian, therefore I cast away mine own weapon that I may best thee in closed combat.
Just go punch people.
Really? Dude, come on.
Dude, it's like Hugo Strange on steroids.
Mm-hmm. Kind of.
Should have let the helmet on.
Yeah.
Ha! You are the most simple-minded of men, or gods, Hercules. Had I thus disarmed you, you would now be lifeless at my feet. For in this enchanted land, even immortals may feel the sudden sting of death.
Then, with blinding speed, the treacherous demigod strikes.
Mortal, Mongolian fool, you have grown soft from your easy victories on earth, but you shall find that my powers are at their peak. Now learn why men call me the Executioner.
Ha! By Olympus, his grip is the mightiest I have known since I did battle Thor.
Mac Bolan?
Yeah.
In the meantime, the uncanny duel between the Scarlet Witch and the dread Enchantress has reached an apparent stalemate.
Oh, the city is about us becomes a shambles, yet neither of us can conquer the other. Let us cease this meaningless destruction, Enchantress.
Meaningless. You know not whereof you speak, wench.
Ooh.
For our fierce battle has merely provided me with the means of your total defeat. Now, from the enchanted rubble of this mystic city, do I create a gargantuan frost giant.
The next moment, the broken bits of debris congeal into a fearsome, gigantic figure, one which is not truly alive, but which strides menacingly towards an astonished Wanda.
Oh, can such a thing truly be? I'm hurling my most potent hex at the creature, but he seems scarcely to feel it.
Feel it? Of course he does not. The giant was formed of magic runes, and by spells known only in the halls of Odin. Against such double enchantment, only the full force of another Asgardian may prevail. Thus, you're truly doomed.
I feel like she should be doing with a mouth guard.
Yeah.
Because that's what she has.
Yeah, it kind of looks like that.
There's no teeth.
Never have I sensed such sheer power, such utter savagery as from the creature she calls a frost giant. I must flee. Try to think of a counterattack.
Arg!
Run where you will, Scarlet Witch. It shall prevail you not.
But now, just in case you've been wondering how Hercules made out against his foe's awesome attack.
Ah, the grip of the executioner is ever unbreakable, but mayhap his jaw is not.
Oh,
Last jaw.
Last jaw. Yep. All right.
All right. Nevermore shalt thou boast of thy prowess to the son of Zeus, vainglorious one.
Hercules, help! I'm pursued by a frost giant!
Eh? 'Tis the cry of the beauteous Wanda. Oh.
seek not to aid her, fool. Only an immortal of Asgard has power over such a beast.
You should throw him at the frost giant.
That's how they
Oh, he does.
Yay.
Suddenly, his fighting instincts realizing the terrible menace which threatens the female Avenger. The Lion of Olympus acts.
Yeet! Yeah, since 'twas an Asgardian who did create yon hideous apparition, let it be an Asgardian that I do hurl against it. Yeet! As
No. No.
Arg.
Oh, the frost giant released me when it beheld the towering form of the executioner hurling towards it. But what will happen when they collide?
When worlds collide, oh dear.
The following microsecond.
Oh, there you go.
Ah, 'tis I hoped. The titanic force with which I flung mine enemy hath destroyed the giant and stunned the execution.
More like killed him. Oh, well.
Yeah.
But the bold maneuver has one result which even the Prince of Power had not anticipated. For
The Enchantress is caught in some sort of a mystic backlash because it was she who called forth the demon. How ironic that I am unharmed, only because I am immortal.
a short time later, as the two Asgardians revive.
Fool that I was to ally myself with a female. Your rash act has brought us to ruin.
Silence. 'Twas you who were not strong enough to vanquish Hercules. Or Hercules, I've heard it both ways.
Yes.
Despite your Liefeld-esque chest.
Yes, yes. Thou shalt both have time enow to repent thine actions. As Thor hath directed, I have bound thee with strands of the Enchantress's hair, here to await the final judgment of Odin.
Is that a bald spot?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't use my hair.
Then we are free to depart. But how can we return to the earth?
Why, by the very means which did summon us hither, bewitching one. The battle axe of the executioner shall be our bridge, when I have fused the fragments of his handle.
I thought that was the Enchantress.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Moments afterward, holding the Scarlet Witch in his arms, the son of Zeus whirls the double-headed axe and instantly spans the fathomless void to the human sphere.
Ah, grasp me tightly, fair Wanda.
Oh, the concern in his voice. Is it for an Avenger or for the girl he calls Wanda?
Ah, we have returned to a land which shall be no more ravaged by gods or trolls.
Yes, Hercules. But as long as the evil Mandarin is at large, Earth is still a planet imperiled.
And at that instant, in the secret stronghold of the Mandarin,
Hercules and the Scarlet Witch are safe, which can only mean that they have triumphed. Shit! I should have known better than to enlist the aid of demigods who will obey no mortal. Still, a surprise awaits the remaining Avengers. A most deadly surprise.
He didn't flush.
I'm gonna have a heart attack and die from lack of surprise.
So tune in next episode for part 4.
Yeah.
Oh,
Worth a try.
and a monster shall stalk the land.
from the files of the man Derwin. Africa is the richest of all continents in the diamonds which I need. This area, the living laser, he's a laser who's living, must conquer for me with the help of my most powerful minion of all, Bob.
Kevin? I just want to take a moment to say I haven't seen such an awesome costume like that since Wonder Man. If you
That's pretty cool.
And he can make fries with his helmet.
Someone has laser envy. Behold, Archer, yon threatening figure must be the one whom we seek.
You know it, Thunder God. He may have bought himself a new pair of threads, but it'll be a cold day in the Sahara when old Hawkeye doesn't recognize the living laser. And I'm gonna brush my teeth anyway.
person.
Why haven't the police locked up that costume kook?
No, so far, yokels, my laser beams have done nothing but rip a few holes in the front of your precious parliament. But if this country isn't turned over to me fast, I'm going to bring the entire capital down around your ears.
I love that they don't tell you what country, so you can figure out where they are.
I know it's supposed to be Africa. Why?
The capital of Africa.
Southern Africa.
Don't you know? He claims to destroy Parliament if anyone in uniform approaches.
No man could do that. He must be madman in a box. Page 30.
It looks like MJ's there for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Then, as Thor and Hawkeye observe, momentarily unseen, the voice of the living laser is heard once more.
Mad, am I? Your stupid government will soon learn just how crazy I am when I unleash the most frightening menace the world ever saw.
Spider-Man.
Yes.
Well, listen no longer to such ravings.
Come on, let's drag him from his pedestal.
But that proves more easily said than done.
You poor fish. You still don't realize the true extent of my power. One burst from my wrist lasers, and you scatter like a herd of stampeding cattle.
Run! Nothing can stand up against a weapon like that!
At that self-same instant,
Nothing except the shattering power of the mighty Thor. An invincible hammer which hath ever been called Mjolnir.
You missed. But I've been waiting for some Avengers to show, and I don't intend to miss.
Oh, Mjolnir's asleep! Look out, Thor!
Fear not, Hawkeye. My whirling hammer returns in time to shield us both, and now.
Holy Goldilocks! That Crumb is an enemy of the regular Avengers, so I claim first crack at him.
Then so be it, fool. 'Tis indeed thy right which Thor shall honor. Thor shall go watch General Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and so begins a deadly fateful duel between two men, each master of his own chosen weapon. Each governor of his own chosen weapon.
Okay, Ant Pal, playtime is over! At least for you!
You're precious ever, but I'll change your tune.
Name that tune.
I spoke to Zune. He's even better with that bow than I remembered. Just lure into that alleyway, where the advantage will be mine.
You can't hide in there, creep! I'll just... And then again, maybe I won't. If I hadn't ducked out of the way, that would have been all she wrote.
Murder.
Mm-hmm. Just clutch it.
Yet within moments, Hawkeye's battle-trained mind devises a new plan.
Well, since the direct approach fizzled, I'd better try the scenic route. Who said my suction arrow is just good for cleaning out drains?
Oh, is that what it's for?
Mm-hmm.
You overrated clown. Didn't you think I'd expect you to try the rooftop approach? A few feet of height won't do you any good against my wrist lasers.
Keep talking, Sam. You just made a bigger target with your mouth flapping. Besides, this tear gas arrow ain't exactly gonna help your 20/20 vision.
And I have the high ground.
Quit
Exactly.
announcing what your arrows do. Just fire them.
Mm-hmm.
But as the avenging archer fires a second shaft,
No good, Hawkeye. You're not gonna herd me into a corner.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Oh.
Nuts! That's what I get for going easy on him. I wanted to capture him awake so we could just find out who find out what menace he was talking about.
Dennis.
Yep. But from the way he's tearing up this roof, I'd better stop being choosy.
And choose Jiff.
Yeah, choose Jiff.
Oh man, that roof's asleep now.
Yep.
Then, fitting a stun arrow to his ever-ready bow, the master bowman, the governor bowman, leaps into the open.
This is the showdown, chum. So, what blue bellies is? He's gone. Still, it sure don't take any Sherlock Holmes to figure out where he went. You could drive a blasted bus through the hole he made in that brick wall, but it ain't a bus that's living lasers. He's got on his tail. It's an Avenger. And here's where I show Beam Toss and Bozo the difference.
He's swinging through the sky like Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess I got an arrow for that.
Spider-Man!
Yes.
Yes.
However, scant seconds later,
So, the old hostage bit, huh? Why don't you fight it out like a man?
Nice guys finished last, fool. Or didn't you know? I'm playing for keeps, not trying to win a good conduct medal.
Eric.
What?
Read. It's
Who am I?
You're the
guy in the middle.
He's a fiend. He'll eat us.
Listen to the man, mostly. Kinda. Hawkeye? He knows a real bad guy when he sees one. Now, do you toss that toy bow, or do I possibly eat him?
Do you brush your teeth afterward?
I'm disturbed. Do you say eat or eat?
Yeah.
Just then, an inscrutable fate takes a hand as
Eric.
That's not the same guy unless you put down the Fountain of Youth.
Is it? Oh, it's him.
There's still one chance now that my hair is turned black.
Mm-hmm.
If I can get to the gun in my desk. Wait, I'm young now. He's seen me. No. Don't make me watch Mad Men up. Oh, too late.
Sorry, friend, but you asked for it.
Said no one ever.
Really think you could outtrace a laser beam?
They put people straight to sleep.
but the lethal ray never reaches its intended victim.
Snooze.
For at that very instant,
It's Thor again, and his infernal hammer. That thing's spinning so fast, it's bouncing my lasers back at me.
Infernal Haminator.
Right the first time, Sunbeam. Ha ha. And while you're off balance,
Oh,
What?
That's Hawkeye.
Oh, it is. All right.
Right the first time, Sunbeam. And while you're off balance, old Hawkeye's gonna put the final kibosh on your little rampage.
Your confounded arrows may have trapped me for the moment, but holding me is something else. You'll find you bit off more than you can chew. When the other half of this team goes into action.
Other half. Truly, I did suspect as much. When he did speak of a frightening menace.
Spider-Man!
Just, pray tell, why are all the hubcaps missing?
It is that menace. He's bluffing. He's bluffing, Curly. He's had it, and he knows it. If you ask me.
Wait, Hawkeye. That distant rumbling sound.
Is it Spider-Man?
No!
Behold, on the horizon, yon volcano, which hath long been extinct, suddenly begins to erupt.
Is that the menace the laser was John about?
Spider-Man!
I mean, maybe. But how'll that help him win?
No, look at the very crest of the volcano.
Spider-Man
Swear.
in a volcano?
Are you blind?
I see it! It's some kind of shape. Almost human, but spider-like.
Spider-Man!
Oh.
Then, for a fleeting moment, the searing flames and blinding smoke seem to part, to reveal an awesome, towering figure. The figure of Ultimo.
Oh, that's not Spider-Man.
No, that's okay. We're good.
Or Ametlu. Spell backwards.
All those who have forgotten the Mandarin's power-packed playmate from Suspense number 76 through 78, see us on your own time.
Strict stand.
Thy gigantic form, which flesh of blue and eyes that blaze, can only be the monstrous android of whom Iron Man once did speak, the one called Ultimo. 'Tis now Thor who doth claim thy privileges, of being first to enter the lists against it.
You got it, Blondie. I'll be right behind you.
Foul if thou wilt, but none may match the power and speed of mine enchanted Uru hammer.
Moments later, all is forgotten, save the imminent, inevitable clash.
Back, harbinger of doom and schmerz, back into the fiery depths from which hence thou didst emerge.
Inermal?
Inermal?
Enamel! It's wasting away! Brush your teeth!
He brushes not. Aye. Now remember the words of Iron Man. This creature of darkness hath no will of its own. It doth merely fulfill the evil commands of Howie Mandel.
That is oddly specific.
But thy governor of menace to society is dead, or so believes the world. And if the Mandarin, or Mandaro, truly lives, by the bristling beard of Odin or Odin's spade, twin bolts of overwhelming force stream from the monster's eyes. Huh, I dodged but in time, for who if knows if even a god could survive such an attack. Shoosh. And now it is Thor who doth strike, with the nimbling force of 1,000 thunderbolts. By the horrid horse of Haggard, the spiders of eternal Asgard, ye seem scarcely to feel the shattering vibrations.
3Ks.
Rather, he stands firm and renews his awesome assault. Therefore, 'tis time for Mjolnir to speak for the son of Odin.
Yeah, I'm gonna speak now.
But as the magical mallet is flung,
Ultimo's lethal rays have stopped the hammer and hurled it from me. If such be his power, then ne'er have I known more deadly peril than Penelope.
It is impossible. Hath come this past Mjolnir did not return to me, nor may I strive to retrieve it without facing the destructive beams of Ultimo.
despite my pixel fingers.
Truly, this is mine hour, most desperate. For if 60 seconds elapse before I again grasp the Uru hammer, I shall become the mortal Don Deluise Blake the third, and once more be brother to Anthony Blake. Mayhap if I pretend to flee, mine advisory will follow away from that weapon which I sorely need.
Whee!
Moments later, as the god of thunder again turns to face Ultimo.
He follows me not, as if he who controls the behemoth doth somehow sense my need of yon hammer, that I have not to lose my springing once more to the tack. Thus far I have fled. I shall flee no farther, with my John Cena wristbands.
However, the next second,
By Odin's beard, he disintegrated the boulder I threw at him, with one sweep of his gargantuan pixel hand.
Mm-hmm.
And with each fleeting instant, the volcano hurls more rocks and lava. They almost as much as Ultimo himself do menace the frightened multitudes in yon capital. Yet how can Thor help a city?
A city?
A city? Did they
When
build
he-
it on rock and roll?
I hope so.
When he cannot,
this city.
when he cannot help himself.
while far away,
Ha! 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 It appears that even the mighty Thor must yield before the revitalized Ultimo. How fortunate that day when I did find his mammoth form and study ways to make him even more powerful than before. Truly, the Thunder God is doomed.
then suddenly, before the astonished eyes of the Mandarin, the huge figure on his view screen whirls.
Look alive, King Kong! Don't you know it's rude to ignore a blast arrow? Good. Ultimo's turning towards me, giving Thor a clear shot at his croquet mallet. Old Goldilocks better make it on his first try, because I may not be around to give him a second.
Hawkeye sacrifices himself that I may reach mine hammer,
Mm-hmm.
which has blended in with the mountain.
Yeah, it has, actually.
But even as the immortal Avenger leaps,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
11,
12.
12.
'Tis too late. The 60 seconds have passed.
Oh, no.
Not into the volcano.
Ooh, ee, ah, oh, ah, ooh.
thus, although it was mighty Thor who hurled himself towards his fallen Mjolnir, it is now Don Blake who careens painfully towards a wooden walking stick.
Ooh, ee, ah, oh, ew, ah, ooh. There's still one chance. If only I don't overshoot the cane. Ow, ee, ooh, ow. I made it. Now before even, or anyone else, even Hawkeye looks this way, the now crippled Dr. Blake must finish.
I mean, they call me Hawkeye for a reason.
The ambulatorily challenged.
Yeah.
So that the son of Odin may appear. Now to help the brash but courageous Hawkeye.
He's doing squats day.
Mm-hmm. Don't skip leg day.
And to tell the truth, the avenging archer could use a little aid and comfort just about now.
He got me before I could run 10 blasted feet. His eyes, they're starting to glow just like before. Oh, that means I've got about 1 second to live.
If you blast Hawkeye, you take us. His whole hand's gone then,
I
right?
think 1 second to live used to air right before General Hospital.
I think so.
Oh, yeah, 1 second life to live.
Did you record it? Was it good?
Well, Dr. Larry Wolick, who's married to a prostitute, Karen,
Mm-hmm.
while his brother is the crusading district attorney. But no, he just shook hands with Ted Clayton in his poison ring and died.
Oh,
Ted
dear.
Clayton
I
was
was
played
meant to
by the
watch-
formerly virtuous Mark Goddard, Don West on Lost in Space.
Mm-hmm. Major Donald.
Cannot believe it. I've had 2 series spoiled for me this evening. Not so valiant one, Hetherantos.
Oh,
If
no.
the power of Thor can affect thy plight, and by Asgard, it can.
Thor!
Ah, the Samsung android has dropped Hawkeye
Ooh, I'm good.
to his death.
What? No, I'm fine.
Now Thor shall battle to the end, though that end may be Doomsday itself.
Oh dear.
I mean, I'm okay for being near a volcano.
He might be in the volcano.
Back, ever back. The enraged god of thunder forces an off-balance ultimate Elmo till the wicked creature stands on the very edge of disaster.
Foul thou most loathsome of abominations, dabbing in front of the thunder god. How dare thee, Zack? Thou grotesque mockery of all that is human. Return to the searing, steaming pit which spawned thee. Fortnite.
And as the enchanted mallet strikes home a final time,
'Tis done. Ultimo is now defeated.
Ooh, they did take off his feet.
Rob Liefeld as women champion here. Ha ha ha! Yet one thing remains to do. Thor now calls down the wrath of the heavens on the accursed volcano, which gave birth to such an end fiend.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, wow. Boys, you'd be the life of a party at a rain dance.
Don't you want to rain dance with me?
I will not culture appropriate.
for long moments, fierce tongues of flame dart from the sky, sending tons of massive rocks cascading downward. Then,
I look like Earthworm Jim now.
Still.
Now and only now is the mass man has truly ended.
Spider-Man!
No.
yes!
Even such as the hubcap stealing monster as Ultimo could not have withstood such a deadly torrent.
Mm.
Next, my friend, my man friend and fellow Avenger, one of the mortal who styles himself the living laser.
I left him in the city, all wrapped up by my best Boy Scout knot. But he kept saying that he'd soon be freed by the Mandarin.
The Mandarin? Then that most powerful of villains still lives. We must hasten to warn the others without delay.
That's a good
No
one.
tunnel delay?
We should
Why'd
stop
you
for
say it
Mead.
went away?
Stopping for Mead, then we'll get there. Part 5.
Part 5, Showdown in Space. As the third team of Avengers successfully completes its mission against the super-powered minions of the evil Barbara Mandrell and the Mandrell sisters, a dramatic tableau is being enacted in a certain midtown mansion in New York City.
New York City!
Yes!
Yes.
Well, Steve, what about it? Have you received the information you were awaiting? I ache for the call to action, the summons to combat.
They also serve who stand and wait, Pietro. And wait. And wait, by my calculations, about an hour since we last were in this comic.
Yeah, I think so.
But the answer to your question is, wait a minute, what was your question again?
Yeah.
I've got to make up for lost time.
Mhm.
I've picked up a third set of electronic emanations. This bunch beamed towards Africa.
Mhm.
So let's move. It looks like you'll get all the action you can handle.
But it's going to take some time to find the things you never had.
The next 10 pages.
That's true.
Within moments, a sleek aero car zooms across the Manhattan skyline towards a nearby military base.
Now this is A for able, and fire craft, under the fire will be fired upon.
And this is C for Captain America, operating on Avengers priority.
C is for cookie.
That's good enough for me.
I'm the one you've been readying that missile for. And I brought my laundry with me.
Mm-hmm.
Besides, if I was an enemy, this baby would already be flying circles around you.
Does that sound like Captain?
You know, the circles that give you ring around the collar. That's why I brought my laundry.
Gotta take care of that stuff.
Use whisk.
Then, a remarkably short time later, the waiting rocket is launched with a pair of grim passengers.
Hey!
All right, now for the people who haven't talked about it in an hour.
Oh, no, sorry.
Well, that was being graphic. We just did.
There she goes. One of the first missiles capable of being totally manually operated. Those two Avengers can reach any place this side of the moon in that rate.
And even we don't know where they intend to go. We were just told to turn it over to them.
Hokey smokes. I'm betting it has something to do with those scattered invasions from, what's that, Roy Thinnes we heard about.
Minutes afterward, high in the almost airless ionosphere.
There it is, Cap. Just where you estimated, a gigantic space station. But how can we approach it without being observed?
Oh, I'm sorry, Pietro. I was reading an issue of Iron Man.
Yeah.
We can't, so I'm banking on its owner's curiosity and his supreme confidence.
What issue?
214.
Ooh, good one.
And from the orbiting ship comes no attack, no slightest hint of recognition, as the smaller craft magnetically locks onto it. Then,
it looks like the brazen approach worked, Pietro. Now, let's get out of these space duds.
Oh, my.
And into something much more comfortable.
Lingerie.
With pleasure. They would keep me from watching The Young and the Restless.
Well, I happen to know that Victor Newman just stole another company. Jack Abbott is not happy. His wife has started drinking again.
Oh, no.
Victor's not Jack's. More important than your speed at the moment is that we stick together and help Victor in any way we can.
Lift your vector, Victor.
I've got a hunch that we're expected, but I don't see what's happening in the next episode of Secret Storm.
Oh, dear. What about another world?
almost at once, as the power-packed Denarigan pair exit from the tiny space lock.
It's the Mandarin. The very one our fellow Avengers reports told us was ramrodding those invasions.
Oh dear.
Ramrod.
Ooh.
You're through, fella. You've rammed your last rod.
Oh dear.
If our instruments could locate your secret satellite, so can those of the armed forces.
So, you did enter my presence, spouting words of false bravado, when in truth you know that I wanted you aboard my space station. Or you would have been blasted while making your approach.
Ah, you're the maker. That's the M's for.
I desired you to come, so that I might destroy you personally and teach your costumed comrades The true meaning of stark fear.
That's an irrational fear of Tony Stark.
Yes. And welcome to hour 3.
Oh my god. We're almost there.
Then you had best start teaching them quickly, Mandolin, before I attack you at full speed like this.
And
Whee!
Wait, Pietro. The mandolin wind couldn't change a thing. Couldn't change a thing. No, no. And he wouldn't face us if he knew I had spoilers for the next episode of All My Children. But it's protected by some sort of force field.
It's... That's quite true, Captain America. Although, even I felt that blow slightly, thinking about the next episode of All My Children, because of the high velocity.
KWAM, Cincinnati.
Oh, Zed came back.
But you shall not have a second opportunity to strike me. Rather, it is I who shall now take the offensive. Thus, yeet!
Now I recall hearing that each of his rings is a mighty weapon. That one is a freeze ray which missed me. Yet it's so cold, it congeals the very air about me.
Ah, that slowed you down. Now do... Wait, what?
Well, what happened is con man Louis Vlasic, played by Luis Edmonds, formerly Roger on Dark Shadows, a Dan Curtis production, married Phoebe Wallingford. But she doesn't know he's a con man named Lenny Vlasic.
How dare you!
Phoebe, played by Ruth Warwick, a former member of Orson Welles' Mercury Theater. That's my shield blocking your freeze ray, in case you didn't know.
Thanks,
I know
Cap.
far too much now.
That gives me a breather.
Perhaps Quicksilver shall enjoy a brief respite, but never again shall Captain America. For not even he is the Mandarin's equal at karate. Ha!
With one blow, he shattered the ice. Even my shield may not. Oh, this is bullshit. I'm not finishing that line.
He'll break his hand if he tries it.
Just as I suspected, you had to lower your force field to attack Cap.
Oof! You are clever, my fleet and friend.
Boot to the pants.
My ass is sore. But yet, a bit of ice still slows your movements, making you a ripe target for my impact ring.
Oh, that force is terrific. Can't make headway.
Isn't it neat that I have these 10 rings with different abilities? Wouldn't it be a shame if somebody took those and made them a sucky gauntlet?
Terrible.
Your futile attack is finished, Avengers, with the sweep of my hand. I reestablish my protective force field. Nothing shall strike my pixel fingers.
Get one of them out of my eye.
No.
I was stalling for time, which is very important in a 3-hour reading. Look behind you, and you'll find out why. It's Eglantine going. They're going to be late.
The next instant.
Has Eglantine even posted a link? I don't think so. Oh, the other Avengers here in my orbiting cast style.
The Cupid doll is yours, Mandamalama Ding Dong.
We followed your coordinates as fast as we could, Cap.
Now stand thou aside, and let the god of thunder strike yon monstrous villain.
The god of thunder struck?
Yeah.
Man-Thing's my old enemy, Thor, but you can have seconds.
I shall use my giant hammer on his nether regions.
Oh.
But before even the swiftest of the assembled stalwarts can move, a flash of light blazes from one of the Mandarin's rings, and...
In truth, in the end, it doesn't even matter that you attack me in my lair, fools. Even the defeat of my bumbling lackeys does not mean my final defeat. Only a brief reprieve for Earth. And now behold that, which soon will give me mastery of the world.
By the towering spires of eternal Asgard, he used the bad word.
It's a diamond, but one which will allow him to have governory over the world.
What's that Far East thing trying to do? Buy us off?
Working.
Oh,
Working.
you should think. I thought you said the other word.
Impudent dolt! You cannot possibly suspect the true power which lies within my huge synthetic diamond.
Oh, it's synthetic.
They're huge.
When fueled by thousands of true gems, it will blanket the earth in irresistible hate rays.
Hate rays.
Are you Zach?
Hate rays.
Zach was my inspiration.
Well, he was a haymonger.
Each man will fight to the death against anyone near him, and I shall conquer those who survive. This is just the plot of the first Kingsman movie.
It's just a diamonique. You murdering madman.
In a box.
The Avengers will stop you, or die trying.
You shall never stop anything again. At this range, the rays will destroy even you.
Then, at the Mandarin's merest movement,
Look out!
Black Hercules! We are bathed in streams of sinister light. Or sinister delight.
Groove is in the heart.
Unhand me, thou imperious oaf. None may touch the person of the son of Zeus.
And none may strike mighty Thor with impunity. Verily, thy doom is sealed.
Look.
as a few feet away,
Close, you clumsy ox, but no cigar. Now it's my turn.
yes, the incredible has happened. Powered even by small quantities of diamonds, the Mandarin's weapon is potent enough to make and friend turn against and friend, and sister strike at and brother.
We fought a lot of times in the past, Shellhead, but this time it's for keeps.
You know it, and you're gonna wish it wasn't.
Fall, Swift One, before the hex of Scarlet Witch!
I'm speechless.
Then, the very chamber itself seems to erupt in a cacophony of shattering sound as the battle grows ever more savage, ever more deadly. With each grim Avenger lashing out at the one nearest him. Oh yeah, brother.
Clang, the cow,
Ooh.
Brack. Only 3 Ks.
Zapata.
Bullpen note. Since this is a once-a-year special, we kinda thought we'd turn Don and Artie loose on one page, just to show what they can do. Enjoy, Tigers.
Smiley and Rascally stand.
Yep.
and George had to ruin it.
Mm-hmm.
Then, with maddening suddenness, the battle royal ceases.
By George Bell, why have thus fought amongst our well-inked selves?
Mandy's hate ray. He managed to turn it on us. But look at what's happening to him.
Oh!
Something's hit him, knocking him against the control panel. His crumbling body must have turned the hate ray off.
I don't know what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be Thor? Maybe Iron Man? Go ahead. Oh.
It must have been the Wasp's stings. But how? The next moment, as the Mandarin topples to the floor.
Oh, I guess it was Giant Man.
Yeah, I'm not sure myself just how it happened, fellas. We were darting towards our host, and that's all I recall.
Of course. That infernal hate ray made each of us attack the nearest person.
And the one closest to the spectacularly embellished Jan was the Mandama Boobity Shoot Bop Ding Dong.
Also,
close enough.
What is up with the colorist ruining Iron Man's eyes?
Well, that's the way they work. It's like little shields in front of him.
Very amusing, fools, but fate shall not spare you again from these lethal blasts.
Look out! He wasn't out like we thought.
Ha ha!
Too late! One of his rings is activating some new weapon.
It's the one that's gonna call home, or maybe not activate credits.
Yet even as a series of deadly blasts inundate the chamber, one swift form is already hurtling across it.
It is fortunate that I saw the mandolin stir an instant ago, for only my lightning-fast reflexes, my incalculable speed, can save the Avengers now. Must hope that my fantastic momentum will dislodge the weapons complex.
And the meteoric mutant's desperate action works.
That blinding burst of energy did miss us by the narrowest of margins, thanks to Quicksilver.
We're not out of the woods or over the river yet.
Grandmother's house we
Those
go?
blasts are rebounding all over the ship.
Dang,
I bet-
only biscuit barrel.
I bet Grandma's house has a lot of Days of Our Lives on recording.
Yeah.
Wait. Why is he saying Goldilocks?
Like sand through the hourglass.
Is he talking
are
to
the days of our lives?
Is he talking to Thor or
I guess. No, are
Yes.
those the boots? Is that Captain America?
so that line was supposed to be Thor's? Okay. Whatever.
That sounds like Hawkeye there.
You're telling us Goldilocks. They're rebounding around like ricocheting bullets.
But no weapon devised by mankind can long harness such devastating power. Within seconds, the awesome outpouring of energy must needs cause an overload.
And Eric, you're lying again.
Where the bleep is 4K?
There's
How many
form
times do
right
I have to ask?
there. Form right there.
I said no mustard.
But before the immortal Avenger can finish, one side of the orbiting craft is ripped asunder by an explosion which reverberates through airless, soundless space.
Excuse me. I would like a whole new sandwich. Listen to me.
I was too close to the machine. I'm caught in the outdraft. No! Don't let me die! Help me! Help me!
However, stunned by the fearsome force of the blast, Not even the swiftest of the Avengers can save the helpless Manischewitz, as he is swept away like a tiny chip of wood in the grip of a relentless torrent.
And he's gone.
Shit!
As inside the mighty ship,
He may be gone, but we can pluck it with the giant dynamite. Heave to the prince. Of power with our enemy's own diamond. 'Tis ironic that only it is large enough to fill the hole wrought by the explosion. Too bad Lizzo is not here.
Yeah. Aye, that which our foe meant as our Doomensmirts shall be our salvation.
I'll be here offering moral support. Yay!
then, as the form of the Mandarin is lost in the distance and the darkness, the mighty son of Odin speaks.
The victory is ours. Wait, is that him floating outside the window?
Ah! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Uh-oh.
Yet ne'er have the Avengers or the earth itself come nearer to the very brink of Doomensmirts.
Maybe, just maybe, it's been worth it. If we've really seen the end of that despotic madman in a box.
It would seem he's dead, Jim. But how can we ever be really sure?
That's his body floating there.
The answer is we can't. Somehow he even escaped an atomic blast when last we met. But if he pops up again, we'll be ready for him. With Hostess Twinkies.
You get a big delight.
Ooh. Hostess, Twinkies, and maybe the fruit pies. Oh, Steve, what of the Mandarin space station? Do we dare let it exist? Yeah, I mean, Mandy planned to use it as a base from which to menace the world, and somebody else just might try to do the same.
Good thinking, both of you. We'll just make like the despot we just stopped and take care of that little detail.
Let's crash it into that asteroid. Nobody will ever use it there.
We'll just yeet it into the sun.
And so, a remarkably short time afterward.
Okay, crew, now that I've assumed this stock pose, it's time to make tracks for terra firma. In just about 3 minutes. Did you say 3 minutes?
Time?
That's an old
What happened to
WCW reference. This place is gonna be so much cosmic dust.
If there's anything we can take, Cap, it's a subtle hint. Move, Avengers, into the nearest auto control rocket.
Thus, precisely 180 well-spent seconds later, a second soundless explosion lights up a tiny segment of infinite space for a brief moment.
Oh, Henry.
Oh, I'm a biochemist, not a space scientist, not a rocket scientist. But I still regret that we had to destroy what could have been man's stepping stone to the stars.
There will be other space stations, Hank. And we will drive those into asteroids too. Ha 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 ha. Built by the very nations which the man dustbin would have enslaved. Let's just pray mankind has enough sense to make us complete rulers and to use them in the interests of peace, not of war.
Well, there you go.
You know, group, something just occurred to me. This is the first time in Avengers history that all of us here went into action together. But judging from the results, I'd say we should do it more often.
Thor doth echo those sentiments, Goliath.
But what say you, Wasp? What are you doing later tonight?
Sounds yummy. Where else can a gal be surrounded by so many groovy males?
Be gone, Thought.
I ain't no thought.
Then let's make it official. I move that the Avengers continue to meet en masse from time to time.
Henry Pym spoke of us as a team, though Hercules hath ever walked alone. Yet I know of no beings, either gods or mortals, of whose and friendship I am more proud.
How about it, Cap? You're still acting chairman of this nutty combo. Shellhead just called for a vote, so let's get with it.
No need, partner. Wait, on the visit screen. Well, you know, dudes, what about me? Quiet, Hulk. You were kicked out.
What is the Hulk?
I know a consensus when I see one.
No one asked me.
It's time to minor monologue. So, if there are no objections, I hereby declare Iron Man's resolution unanimously passed. Why so quiet, Wanda? Are you still pining away for Hercules? The Avengers stand united once more, or at least they will, if and when the need for sandwiches arise.
Oh, I was just hoping that the next time it's a more pleasant duty that brings us together, not some power mad menace like the Mandarin.
Or Spider-Man!
Yes.
And the lovely Scarlet Witch may get her wish sooner than she imagines, much sooner than 2 hours and 22 minutes later. So keep switched on to the mighty Avengers here. It'll be time for next year's scintillating specials before you know it, Tiger. The end. Mercifully.
We did it! Like, comment, subscribe. It helps. We'll see you next time. I, Gilbert Gottfried, died again.
But this isn't all, kids. Go over to I Love Comics and where we're ranking something, but I'll be honest, I don't remember what it is.
We're ranking independent comics. Let's go see.
Oh,
Bye.
Let's go.